I am now officially sold on e-bikes.
E-bikes have been on a tear recently, surging in popularity, and for good reason.
We are at 45%, so 45% of both our unit and dollar sales are with e-bikes.
That's Charlie Petzer. He's the owner of Lakeshore Bicycles here in Jacksonville, Florida. His family-owned business on the city's west side has been around since 1961. Charlie is predicting that perhaps as soon as Christmas of this year, that e-bikes will actually make up the majority of his sales. The NPD Group analytics company found e-bike sales have grown by a staggering 240% over the past 2 years. And Charlie says he's finding the trend is indicative of a larger overall shift to electric.
So it's been pretty incredible. People that have ridden in electric cars or electric motorcycles gain the trust of an electric vehicle on one of these bikes.
In fact, as I was pulling in to meet Charlie, a customer was loading up his Tesla Model Y with an e-bike. Like traditional bikes, e-bikes span a variety of categories, such as hybrid, folding, and fat tire e-bikes. They basically all come in one of two types of propulsion systems, either pedal assist or pedal assist combined with a throttle that allows the bike to be fully self-propelled.
On the pedal assist with a throttle, you have to pedal and then you can hit the throttle and it'll go up to 20 miles an hour, and that's the maximum that the throttle will go. If you want to go up to 28 miles an hour, you have to do the pedal assist and gears, and that'll take you up to 28 miles an hour.
Disc brakes and even belt drives like some motorcycles have are being used on some e-bikes. For this video, I tested an Aventon level commuter e-bike with throttle.
The Level is probably our most all-round type bicycle. Has a gauge on here which has the battery level. It has the levels of assist, goes up to 5 levels of assist. And then on the bottom, it goes through several trip options, speed, distance, timer on there. Really gives you everything you need to know on there. The battery is built in, it's removable, so it's kind of hidden there. This is a 750 watt motor in the back, 7 speeds with a derailleur, so it's all pretty standard stuff. They are heavier duty spokes on there. The tires on all the e-bikes are going to be a Kevlar belted type material on there, so they're very puncture resistant.
Charlie says the batteries should last about 3 to 5 years, and Aventon says on its website the Level has an average range of about 40 miles per charge, although that's going to vary quite a bit depending on how much pedaling you contribute to the experience. It's priced under $2,000. A ride quickly illustrated why e-bikes are catching on so fast.
E-bikes are definitely the wave of the future. I can definitely see them replacing mopeds, small displacement scooters, 25 to 50 cc's. They may just make sense. And if you can only afford one bicycle, I could see getting an e-bike instead of a traditional bike. Now that I've actually used this bike without the power turned on, it's not bad. I'm not going to say it's as good as a traditional bicycle if you're not going to use the e-assist, but it's certainly workable. So you can get out there, get some real exercise, and still use this as real transportation. I'm about 15 minutes out of downtown Jacksonville. If I was commuting, I could see taking this bike in without issue. And because I wouldn't be working up a big sweat compared to a traditional bike, I could use it more of the year than I could a traditional bike, because of course Jacksonville is a humid, hot city. In fact, when I got out of my car, it's October and it was 90 degrees. But it's an overcast day, so it's still a pretty nice day, not bad at all. But obviously if you're commuting, you don't want to arrive at work as a sweaty mess.
I was able to hit the 28 mile per hour limit on the level, and it easily held 20 miles per hour at full throttle when not pedaling throughout my ride. If you've been thinking about a gas scooter or traditional moped, an e-bike is likely a better solution. Since there's no pollution, it's quieter, and you can just plug it in at night or at work to recharge it. In fact, the line between bicycles and motorcycles is starting to blur thanks to the EV revolution. E-bike maker Saunders is rolling out its first small electric motorcycle called the Metacycle. It does up to 80 miles an hour with up to 80 miles to a charge in urban riding. Saunders doesn't quote a highway range, but based on my experience as an EV motorcyclist, I would expect that number to drop to about 40 miles, give or take, on an interstate. Harley-Davidson is also now making e-bikes with its Serial 1 line, and it's rolled out its Livewire electric motorcycle brand. So what about the level? It made a great first impression. E-bikes just make so much sense, combining exercise and zero emissions with enough range to take care of most daily neighborhood or urban trips. If you'd like to see more e-bike coverage, let me know in the comments.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of EV Rider. If you did, please subscribe and give it a like so I can continue to bring you more adventures in EV transportation and bring you Jacksonville's people and places.